Okay, so let the story remember is John Henry. John Henry is the name of the boy that you see here. Now, who can tell me some things that you remember about this boy? Something that you remember about John Henry. About
Yeah, the animals see him every time, unicorns, horses, and they grow up at the same day.
Okay, he grew up the same day. That's right. Excellent, Rebecca.
With the John Henry the belief of the in the world, the animals go and all the animals go to the room and in the same day of she are the begin of the world but he grow.
Yes, the same day that it's a boy, he was born, he was growing up. Excellent. Remember that John Henry, this is a tall tale. Do you remember what is a tall tale? Remember tall tales? It's a story that it tells some exaggerations. It can have some things that they might be true, but there are some exaggerations, some things that they're difficult to believe, like John Henry. You can all grow the same day. For example, today it's Rosa's birthday. Today she is 10 years old, but she's 10 years old of these 10 years that she is living in this world. So she is growing each year, but not the same day. But in this story, it says that young Henry, that same day that he was born, he was growing and he becomes an adult. And he was so strong that he was using a hammer and a sledgehammer to build a road and to crack a boulder and all these things that you remember. Now, here I have some questions. You don't have to copy, remember, you don't have to copy, but you're going to give me the answers of these questions. Question number 1. Why do you think young Henry challenges Fairy Fitz Freddy to the race? Remember the Fairy Fitz Freddy is because of physical appearance of this boy, Freddy. So why John Henry say we need to have a race? Why? Do you remember that they have a race? No. They have a competition. Why, class? Why did they have a
amigable?
That's right. So John Henry, remember, tells Fairyface, if I'm the winner, you're going to be nice. You're going to be friendly for 1 year. But if Freddy was the winner, John Henry has to work for him 1 year. But at the end, we remember that John Henry was the winner of this. So Freddy becomes Frederick friendly. Number 2, how does this Freddy change after he loses the race, class? How was the change of him?
He's nice.
He is nice. He becomes nice, a nice person. Excellent. And John Henry sings as he works. If you remember, yesterday Joshua was reading the song, and Santiago Hernandez, they were reading the song that he was singing. Why do you think he was singing when he was working?
About a rainbow?
Because
but
of the rainbow?
The boy are a rainbow, but the rainbow made he.
Remember, when you're singing, it's because maybe you might be happy. When you are happy doing something, when you are doing your homework, you are happy for that, you can be singing, right? Or not. You don't like to do homework. But sometimes some people can be singing when you're happy, and maybe you're doing something that you enjoy, you start chanting, you start singing because you feel happy. So that might be the reason why John Henry was singing all the time that he was working. Now let's continue with the reading class. Let's go to page 250. Yesterday we finished 250. So today we're going to continue with 251. With the reading. Here, let me share so we can continue. Okay, let's just here. 245, 47, 49. Okay, 251. Remember that yesterday we have 250. We finished until there. So today we're going to continue with 251. Now let's continue with this. Rebecca, are you in the page 251? Yes. Okay, everybody should be following the reading. I'm going to ask then Marcelo to continue with the reading. Okay, continue there. It says at the end, it was the next day, John Henry arrived at the railroad. However, work had stopped. The railroad, continue.
Trucks had
Trucks
No, Rebecca, right now, Rebecca.
Trucks has to go show a mountain a shot in mountain next to even John Henry built smoke. But a worker told John Henry about a new machine. They were going to use the tunnel through the mountain. It was called a steam train. Is a gun humor, faster and harder than 10 men, and it never has to stop and rest. And next day, the bus arrived with the steam drill. John Henry said to him, "Let's have a contest. Your steam join against me and my hammers." They allows I heard your the best there ever was John Henry. But even you can't Othmar and Mitch left find out, John Henry answered. But sugar don't make me no never mind. Just start on the other side of the mountain. You'll start the steam drain over here. We will get to the manger first. Is the winner the next morning?
Stop here, Rebecca. Thank you. Now, one question, class? What is the deal that they have? Right now, they have a contest. What is the deal that they have?
new machine.
Okay, yes, they have a new machine, Marcelo. That's right. What is the name of the new machine?
That the hammer is faster.
Okay, they are going to compare if the hammer is faster than the steam drill. That is the other machine, the steam drill. Yeah, it says here, it's a steam drill. So they have a contest. John Henry is going to be with its hammer, and the other boys, they are going to be with the steam drill. So now there is a competition between John Henry and with the machine, the steam drill. Let's see who's going to be the winner, if the machine or John Henry with the hammer. So now the competition is with a machine now. Okay, let's see. And it says, the boss says to John Henry, he's going to start with one side and the machine is going to be at the other side. The first one, whoever gets to the middle first is the winner. So let's see if it's the machine or John Henry. So continue, Marcel.
The next morning, all was still. The birds weren't singing and the roosters weren't crowing. When the sun didn't hear the rooster, they wondered if something was wrong. He rose a couple of minutes early to see what we saw. So was a mountain as big as her. Filling on one side was a big machine hooked up to houses. It was belching smoke and steam as the machine attacked. The mountain, rocks, and dirt and dorse bush flew into the air. On the other side was John Henry next to the mountain. He didn't look much bigger than a wish that was going to come true.
Excellent. Thank you, Marcelo. Good job. Now, what is happening in the last part of this page, class? What happened the next morning?
The machine was happy.
The mountains rock and gear.
Okay, the next morning it says that happened something to the machine. What happened with the machine, class? The machine was
machine
belching
is
smoke and
Belching
steam.
smoke and steam.
That's
Yeah.
right. So that machine, maybe it wasn't working so properly. It was like damaged, but it says as the machine attacked the mountain, rocks and dirt and underbrush flew into the air. In the other side, it was working. The machine was working, but it wasn't working properly because it says in the other side was John Henry. The other side was John Henry doing making the competition also. And maybe let's see who is the winner if the machine of John Henry. So let's see if this exaggeration it can be possible or not. Now let's go to next page. Continue with the reading now. It's going to be Valerie Menjivar. Valerie, you're going to help me to read the first part.
He had a 20-pound hammer in each hand and muscles hard as wisdom in each arm. As he swung them through the air, they shone like silver, and when the hammers hit the rock, they rang like gold. Before long, tongues of fire leaped out with each blow. On the other side, the boss of the steam drill felt the mountain shudder. He got scared and hollered, "I believe this mountain is caving in." From the darkness inside the mountain came a deep voice. "It's just my hammers sucking wind. Just my hammers sucking wind. There wasn't enough room inside the tunnel for the rainbow, so it wrapped itself around the mountain on the inside where John Henry was."
Okay, thank you. Stop here. Thank you, Valerie. What is happening in this part, class? What's happening? What do you understand in this part? Gabriela?
And he had 20 pounds of hammer in each hand and muscles.
That's right. So the thing it's possible a boy can have that. Look at the picture here. It is having two hammers, one in each hand. Do you think that boys can have one hammer in each hand and can be working with both hands at the same
No.
time?
Oh,
All right. That is a tall tale. It's an exaggeration. It can be, it's impossible. They can have one hammer, yes. And they are going to use that both hands to work, but not one in each one. It's impossible. That's not true. So that's why it's considered a tall tale. There are some exaggerations included here. Now let's continue with the reading. Let's see Danny. Let's continue, Danny.
All throughout the night, John Henry and the steam drill went at it. In the light from the tongues of fire shooting out the tune from John Henry's hammer blows, folks could see the rainbow wrapped around the mountain like a shawl. The sun came up extra early the next morning to see who was winning. Just as it did, John Henry broke through and met the steam drill. The butt of the steam drill was flabbergasted. John Henry had come a million and quarter. The steam drill had only come a quarter. Folks were cheering and yelling, "John Henry, John Henry, John Henry walked out of the tunnel into the sunlight, raised his arms over his head, a hammer. In each hand, the rainbow slid off the mountain and around his shoulders."
Thank you so much, Danny. What happened here? Who was the winner, class? The steam drill machine or John Henry?
John Henry.
yeah.
John Henry was the winner. That's right, Mia. He was the winner. So he was here with it in each hand, one of the hammer. And the people, it says that the people, and even the boss of the steam drill was flabbergasted. Do you know what is a flabbergasted, class? They are surprised. That is a synonym for surprise. They are so surprised. They are, was like admired to see that he was a winner. So imagine John Henry, this boy is a tall tale because a boy, even though they have, they are strong, they have enough strength, but they are no, they don't have, they are no more stronger than a machine. And in this case, and the steam drill, so they are not stronger than a machine. So it says that here, all the people, look at the picture, all the people are seeing John Henry to the winner, the new winner, right? Gabriela Gigures, continue with the next page, please.
With a smile, John Henry's eyes closed, and slowly he fell to the ground. John Henry was dead. He had hammered so hard and so fast and so long that his big head had burst. Everybody was silent for a minute. Then came the sound of soft crying. Some said it came from the moon. Another one said she felt the sun shed a tear. Then something strange happened. Afterward, folks toward the rainbow whispered it. I don't know, but whether it is a whisper or a thought, everyone had the same knowing at the same moment. Dying ain't important. Everybody does that. What matters is how well do you're living. First, one person started clapping, then another and another. Soon everybody was clapping. The next morning, the sun got everybody up early to say goodbye to John Henry. They put him on a flat railroad car, and the train made its way slowly out of the mountains.
It's up here.
Along.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Gabriela. What's happening in this part, class? What is happening to John Henry?
Dead.
Yes, now he's dead. Do you see here what it says? With a smile, John Henry's eyes closed. Even though he was the winner, it says that he was dead. He slowly fell to the ground. John Henry was dead. Now John Henry is dead. It's not alive. He had hammered so hard, so fast and so long that his big heart had burst. Do you understand what it means, this expression here? No?
The heart does work.
Yes, and it says had burst. Remember that he was working all the night, so it says he was using the two hammers. He was working too much that at the end the had burst, so explotó. So at the end, his heart is not working. Too much work. So at the end, everybody, what it says here, what happened, what it's doing everybody, they are surprised, right? But what is one expression that they say that it's important to highlight here, class?
What?
What it says everybody, class?
Everybody knows that was matter is how well you do your living.
That's right. So one person says here, everybody they were like whispering and we're saying some things, and they say, everybody dies, yes. But the most important is how well you do your living, how you enjoy your life. What is the things that you do to have fun, to enjoy your days? So excellent. Now, what happened the next morning, class? What happened to the next morning?
The sun got everybody up early to say
Yes.
goodbye to John Henry.
Yes, the next day it might be the funeral of this boy, so they are going to go there. Now, let's finish this page at 255. That is the last one. So help me to read Isabella Reyes.
The Woks folks lined both sides of the track, and they were cheering and shouting through their tears. John Henry, John Henry. John Henry's body was taken to Washington, D.C. Some say he was buried on the White House lawn late one night while the president and the Mrs. President was asleep. I don't know how about none of that. What I do know is this. If you walk by the White House late at night, stand real still and listen real closely. Folks say you just might hear a deep voice singing. I got rainbow, ring, ring. Tie around my shoulder, ring, ring. And ain't gone rain. No, it ain't gone rain, ring, ring.
Thank you. Excellent. So what is mentioned here, class? Do you think that it's true what it mentioned here? That he was buried in the White House? What do you think, class? You think that his body can be in the White House, in the United States, in Washington, D.C.?
Yes. Yeah, the
Yes.
president. Yeah, the president.
Yeah, do you think that John Henry's body it's in the White House there? So
No,
even though
no,
the president
the
is
body,
traveling
no.
to Washington.
No, the boy, no, but
Body, no.
Yeah.
The skeleton. Okay, maybe, but remember, this is a story now. And also what it says that if you walk by the White House late at night, you can listen what? A
Deep
voice
voice.
singing. Yeah, some people say that they can listen John Henry singing the song that he likes to sing when he was happy working with his hammer. I don't think that it's true, but we don't know. Let's go to the White House to find it out if it's true or not. Late night, we can go to the White House. No,
Not
right?
sure. No.
No. Okay,
No.
now let's go here back to the presentation. We finished with the story. That was the end of the story. At the end, John Henry died. Now let's see here we have some questions. You don't have to copy. Remember, today we're not going to copy, but we're going to answer these questions. Number one, this story is mostly about what?
the adventures of John Henry.
Okay, yes, letter C. What happened when John Henry was born? Letter C, a rainbow shine in the
Birds
sky.
and animals came to see him. Birds and animals.
Birds and animals came to see him. That's right. Number three, as everyone admitted the new baby, he suddenly began to watch.
Grow.
He started to growing. Now, number four, it says, how was John Henry different from other newborn babies?
I
He was fully grown.
He
in
was
one
fully
day.
grown
was
one day.
He was fully grown in one day. Number five, Fairy-Face Freddy became the Frederick the Friendly after John Henry
Beat
him a
race.
beat him in a race. Remember, they were having a race and they have a deal. And number six, John Henry was like a steam drill in that he.
It was taller than most men.
That's right, Rosa. Could hammer faster and harder than 10 men. So he was strong. It says here. Now, let's finish here. Remember, you have one homework in reading. You don't have to copy. You don't have to copy. Why? You don't have to copy, Santiago Chavez. You don't have to copy anything. Now, what is your homework? You need to read the story class. You can write a summary that is going to help you for the next week. We're going to have presentations. So, for example, group number one, if they are Pecosville, so you need to read your story, Pecosville, because next week I'm going to ask the 5 people that I assigned in this group talk about Pecosville. You're going to share what is this story about to your classmates. You need to explain, and everything is going to be in English. Yes? Questions about your homework?
In the recess, I am reading the story.
You're reading the story? Yes. Don't worry. Don't worry. You have enough time for that. Perfect. No questions. Remember, read your story. That is your homework in reading. Read. Just read. Just read. Okay. Let's finish here in class. See you later. Let's go and have a break.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I want to share you something.
I miss